Welcome to episode 3 of Rise of the Triad, which is entitled Caves Below. Which is fitting considering that pretty much the entirety of this episode takes place underground. No outdoor and pretty skies for you, mister. And this episode also introduces patrol robots, which are pretty annoying and yet somehow harmless at the same time. At least most of the time. Basically, those robots just go into predefined areas, they just patrol the same lines over and over again and they shoot missiles at whoever is nearby. The only problems with those robots is that, just like the bosses, you cannot kill them with bullet weapons or with dog mode. Only bazooka shots or gun mode is going to do the trick. But at least this level has a shit ton of missile ammo. Oh, and by the way, this level also has a shit ton of enforcers. Hope you like it. But once again, missile ammo galore. And also, this trap is pretty pointless. It just starts a flamethrower in your back and well, it's not really in the way of anything, so I don't really see how it will be threatening. Considering that you just shut it off by going over the touch plate again. How cute! Also, we have to remember about this push wall. It's gonna come in handy really late into the level. So anyway, this first level of the episode is called Robotricks, and well, it's pretty unusual compared to most of the episode, considering that, well, this level has nothing but robots and enforcers to fight, so basically your bullet weapons are entirely worthless into this level. In fact, there's not even a single bullet weapon into this level, so if you start the level with just a pistol, you're gonna finish this level with just a pistol, considering that there's no pistols or machine gun. But on the flip side, you have a shit ton of bazookas, so essentially this is one of those levels where, okay, yeah, this touch plate can really catch you by surprise if you don't pay attention, because you get calcinated from all fronts. But yeah, essentially this is a missile weapon only level, and it's kind of a nice gimmick into this level, and even though I said that this level has a shit ton of enforcers, even then, this is not an hard level. It really isn't. In fact, the biggest threat in this level are the traps. Okay, so this enforcer managed to survive 3 heat-seeking rockets into the face. And he still had the energy to shoot at me with his machine gun or chain gun. I know that a lot of people like the Heat Seeker, and well, to be fair, it's indeed good, but the further that you progress into the game, the more useless it becomes, if only because it doesn't deal as much damage as the bazooka, and as you've just seen, even if you shoot some enemies multiple times with the Heat Seeker, they'll still be alive. Oh yeah, I really like this passageway. In order to protect this bazooka, there's a shit ton of rows of pitfalls in order to block your way, and what's even better is that they give birth to the most magnificent creature to appear into this game. The Midget God! Tremble before the mightiness of my smallness. You might be 3 times bigger than I am, but I'm still gonna smite your ass! Oh, and yeah, more pitfalls, just in case you weren't tired of them. And all this just for mushroom mode too. So anyway, I welcome you to the most useless hallway ever. This is the longest hallway that you see in the entire game, and it's void of any features except for this secret and this bazooka here. Yeah, this long hallway, there's absolutely nothing in it. Even if you play the game at Crazy Man, there's not gonna be any additional enemies, absolutely nothing, but oh, it's been a time since we've seen the baseball bat. I know that you're worthless, but I still promise that I will show you eventually. And thankfully, it happens that this level has a spot where the baseball bat actually is useful. Also, you gotta thank Tom Hall for sparing you the key hunts, because yeah, here we go, we hand them all to you all at once, but we're still missing the elusive Oscuro key, so we're gonna have to find it, and it's not gonna be a cakewalk. And by the way, you can only get the Oscuro key once that you've managed to find all of the keys, because the touch plate that we've pressed just before collecting the iron key is essential in order to get the key, because now we have to backtrack to the beginning of the level. At that one wall where I said there was gonna be something there, so it's time to backtrack. Oh, believe me, I always like backtracking. But at least the journey back is a whole lot less painful to do than the way forward, because at least this way brings you back to the beginning of this level really quickly. But then again, if I took this path right off the bat, I would have shown you the entirety of this level, wouldn't I? So here we go. This push wall can now be toggled because there's no longer anything in order to block the way, so we are set off into this gauntlet of epical proportion, in which it takes 3 seconds to make it through every single one of these rooms. Oh, this level will never cease to be epic. I mean, wasn't that the most epical explosion of a sentry gun? And here we go, after killing this whole bunch of robots, we finally claimed the big reward. But yeah, really, it's a whole lot harder to find out about this secret to begin with than to go through the whole ordeal of the gauntlet room, so it's really easy. So, what's our payoff? Well, a whole bunch of life item and a fire bomb. I guess that's suitable enough. But we're not interested into the fire bomb, because we're interested into the baseball bat. It's time to redeem yourself, and yeah, I really hate this hallway, just in case that you couldn't notice. And no, I'm not gonna abandon the baseball bat behind, but I just wanted to try and pick up all of the weapons in order to get one of the bonuses, but unfortunately it's really buggy, because you get an achievement for collecting all of the missile weapons in one level, but I'm not really sure how it works exactly, so most of the time you usually end up never getting it, or getting it by accident. So here it is, the final room. It's time for you to be finally worthy, Excalibur. Prove to everybody that you don't suck. There. In large hallways like this, Excalibur becomes actually useful, because if we brought it into any other part in this level, we will have died so hard, considering that this level was nothing but tight and cramped always. But this kind of room is perfect for the baseball bat. Yeah, here we go. Everything has just been killed in one fell sweep. So yeah, Excalibur might suck 95% of the time, but it can be useful every once in a while. So that's the end of Robotricks. Not a bad level, but it's just kinda unappealing. I just don't like the fact that this level's nothing but cramped hallways forming a maze. And yeah, it's Cinco de Mayo too. Just look at our guy on to the right with his sombrero. Oh god, it disappeared! What is this treachery? Yeah, if you toast Zolofold, your hat disappears, but essentially, on special days into the year, your characters get a whole bunch of different hats in order to look fancy and delightful. I'm gonna cover all about those hats into this upcoming episode, so stay tuned for more levels and more hats. Also, here's this level again in WinROTT. You see what happened to the enforcers? They all became lightning guards. All because WinROTT, at least the non-GL port of it, will not spawn Triad enforcers whenever the game calls for a random monster. But with the exception of 2 monsters in this level, all monsters in this map are set as random. Not sure why, but yeah, this is the only enemy to be set up to appear into the level. So this is why you'll only see lightning guards. And yeah, you gotta love those little flashes every once in a while. It's as if WinROTT doesn't even want to be recorded properly, so it gives off those little flashes of gibberish. I mean, come on, what the hell is this? Is this subliminal tapestry? And if so, what the fuck is subliminal tapestry to begin with? Oh, here's a fun thing about WinROTT. You can enlarge your weapon. Just in the extra case that you want to penetrate your enemy's defenses. And with that said, we've just shot our load, so it's time to shrink this whole operation down. It's going, and gone! Excellent! You guess what just happened just now? We've crashed! And in a completely foreign language too. Isn't that exotic? This LP is going places, I'm telling you. So with that said, this video is getting out of hand, so it's time to call it quits. Next episode, we're gonna be playing episode 3 area 2, Down and Over.